Splitting the wood. So there she is, the Splitfire 2265. Isn't she a beautiful piece of machinery? I think it is. Hey everybody, and welcome back to That Outdoor Life with Matty Payne. Thanks for being here. So today we're going to talk about wood splitters, as you saw in the intro. But before I get into that, I thought maybe I'd talk about this nasty weather we're having here. It's March 6th, Sunday, March 6th, and it's plus 10 degrees Celsius up here in Northern Ontario. Normally it should be about -5, -10 degrees Celsius. And it's been that all week. And all of a sudden, boom, we get plus 10, comes with rain and wind and nastiness, and has turned my driveway into a skating rink, or it's about to turn it into a skating rink, which really sucks. Tomorrow will not be a good day. But enough about that. Let's talk about what we're here to talk about, which is a wood splitter. And I'll start with the idea of having a wood lot. And when you have a wood lot, you're going to have some things that you're going to have to take care of. And I think there's two tools that you got to have if you move out to a wood lot, or you buy a wood lot, or you have to maintain a wood lot. You might say tractor, right? I would say that'd be great to have a tractor. I think there's tons of benefit to having a tractor, but that's a big purchase. I think your first two things to purchase would be chainsaw or chainsaws and a wood splitter. And so today we're going to concentrate on the wood splitter, and I'm going to go over three things: the need for a wood splitter, the benefit for a wood splitter, and then exactly why I chose the wood splitter that I chose. So let's start with the need. I think there's a bunch of different things that could facilitate need. Number one is, no matter who you are or what you want to do, you're going to have trees that come down on your property. In the bush, but also over your driveway, in your backyard, in working spaces. So you're going to have to deal with those. So a chainsaw is a must, but after you chainsaw them up, what do you do with it, right? And why not turn it into something you can use? So that's number one. Number two would be if you have a need for a fuel source, a wood fuel source. So if you have a wood stove in your house, you have a bonfire pit, which most people do when they live in the bush. That's one of the reasons they get out, is so they can enjoy that kind of thing. Or say you have a adjacent structure on your property and it needs wood to be heated, such as I do, my hunt camp. It requires wood. It's heated by a wood stove. And so I use that in the winter and the fall, and I need the wood. So there you go. That's a need for me. And I could go buy that wood, but why would I do that when I have all of this? I mean, I've got standing trees and trees that are down and things that I can utilize. So there's the need right there, is I've got things that I can utilize to heat things I need heated on my property, or for entertainment values with the wood pit. And then the third thing would be, is if you want to get into a business, maybe. So if you want to sell firewood, and there's hoops to jump through to do that in Ontario, and I'd have it, if you want to do that in your jurisdiction, make sure you check into them. But there's some things you got to do with regards to that. But if you want to do that, then there's another need. You need a wood splitter to be able to process the wood. And so that's really the need of a wood splitter. Now, what about the benefit of a wood splitter? For me, first and foremost, I'm over the hill. So I'm past 40, and I don't want to do anything to my body that I don't have to. I get sore fast. I'm 6'3", I've had a bad back for 10 years, and I just don't want to deal with that. So that's number one, is just make it easy on my body. Number two is efficiency and productivity. We only have so much time in this world to do what we want to do, and why spend 10 hours doing something when you can do it in 2 or 3? And so for me, that's a wood splitter. It's just the productivity and efficiency that comes along with that wood splitter. Another one would be control. You have the ability to control the size of the pieces you want to make out of your rounds. So if you want little splinters coming off, you can. If you want a little bit bigger, or you want really big, you can do that. And for me, if I was wielding an axe, I'm not in very much control of the size of piece that's coming off that block of wood. And so for me, it just makes more sense for me to be able to control what I want and split the wood the way and in the shape and sizes that I want. So that's a big one for me. What's another benefit is it gets you outside, right? I mean, that's what this channel is all about, is the outdoor life. And why not spend time in your bush and in the natural environment, Mother Earth, and have some fun And that's the great thing about splitting wood, is you can do that, and it's incredible. If you go to research splitting wood, you'll find best hobby on earth, most joyous thing I can do, so peaceful and calm, and there truly is some serenity to it, right? So it's incredible that way, and so I'd say it's all about getting outside and utilizing your environment. So that's a huge one. The next one would be it's social. It gets people around, right? Today on my videos, you'll see my brother. He brought a whole bunch of wood that he had after they fell a tree in his yard that was dying or something, and we blocked that all up for him, created some firewood for him. You'll see some other videos of me and about 5 other buddies who are just together at someone's hunt camp processing a whole bunch of wood that needed to come down. Some really big poplar rounds, and we produced a lot of wood. Had some laughs, had some drinks, and everyone got to go home with some wood. So hey, that's a great thing too. So I think there's the benefits spelled out. Now for me, why'd I go with the Splitfire 2265? Well, when I bought this place, the previous owner had a wood splitter, an Oregon, and I was thinking about going with the Oregon. But after I did some research, talked to GP, he kind of said, the Oregon Kinetic was the one I was looking at. And he said, Matty, lots of energy there. Not sure if that's the one. He said, why don't you check out Splitfire? This is a couple years ago now. This is before he was really affiliated with Easton Made. And I'm not comparing the two or saying one's better than the other. I'm just saying when I reached out to ask for some advice, that's the advice I got. And so I went that way. After I did my research, I found them to be a great company. They're Canadian, which is huge. I think we're all patriotic when we can be. And there's a lot of pride that goes into supporting local made things that are made in your home country. So that is huge. The quality is outstanding, and I think the engineering of the blade, the double-edged blade, so that on each stroke you have splitting action, I think that's just really efficient and smart, and so I really like that. Comes with a Honda engine. That was a big seller for me, and the customer service was incredible, and I'll talk about all those features, specific features, a little bit later on in the video. Again, we're going to jump back in time a year when I did all the filming for this episode, and I'm just doing the introductory now, so again, thanks for being patient on that. But you'll see some of those features as I walk around the unit and talk about them. So that's why I chose that, and I've been super satisfied, incredibly satisfied. It's not commercial grade, it's just under, but man, when you see it, when you use it, it sure feels like it's commercial grade. I mean, it's big iron, it's well built, got really good parts on it. I'm very happy, very satisfied. So there you go. You got the need, the benefit, and why I went with the one I went with. And that's it. So guys, and to be honest, it's funny. If you had said 5 years ago, Matt, you're going to be spending your Saturdays and Sundays splitting wood, I'd say no way. There's no way that's going to happen at all. And sure enough, here I am getting up Saturday mornings, Sunday mornings, getting outside and splitting wood. And it is. It's so, there's some serenity to it, right? There's this peacefulness and this enjoyment that comes out of splitting wood. I don't know if it's because it's organic and natural, or if it's just being outside, or it's just the hum of the engine and watching wood break apart. I don't know, but again, when you do your research and you look into it, everyone says the same thing: the best hobby on earth. So it's great that way. So that's all I can say about the wood splitter. I would say to everybody that has a woodlot, look into those things, do your research, and as I say with everything, just like a tractor, you're gonna pick what is best for you. Go with what works for you, based on your preference, based on your circumstance. There's no right or wrong here. So go out, look at it, and get what works for you, and that's all I can say. So thanks, guys, for sticking around. It's another one in the books, and I really appreciate having you here. I would say if you can like the video or subscribe, or even leave a comment. I love interacting with everyone. It's great to see what people are doing and hear from what you have to say and some advice. I think this is the joy of a YouTube channel. So thanks again, and hope you enjoy it. Right on. So guys, I thought I'd just do a little walk around of the unit. It's the Splitfire 2265. Great unit. It's just underneath the commercial grade. Really built really solid though. Really nice frame. Got a ton of power there to cut big wood. Check it out on their website, and you'll see it can go through huge rounds. Today we've got some oak that we're going to go. I think the biggest one is about 14 inches, and we'll see how it does. But so far I've used it a couple times, and it's been nothing but great. So really happy with it. Again, we'll just do a little walkthrough, mindful of the sun on the other side. But I went with a couple features. The first one being the log lifter. So again, being 6'3", I thought it was really important to have that log lifter, not having to bend over and grab all your rounds and put them on. So again, really happy about that. It works awesome. It's up to a 250-pound capacity, so you can put a bunch of rounds on there, or a couple big rounds, and it'll lift up no problem. And if you don't want to use it as the lifter, you can just use it as a table, and just bring that up and use it as your table. So it gives you extra working space for throw off. Today we're going to use the tractor bucket as our throw off area. But again, if you wanted to use it for that, you definitely could. Coming around to the engine side, it's a Honda GX200. I'm a big Honda guy, so this was a selling feature for me with the Splitfire, is that they have Honda engines. Again, if anyone's watching and you use Honda engines, you know they normally start on the first or second pull, and they're just super reliable. So really happy with it. Lots of power output, and that's great. Again, because I have the log lifter, I've got the second valve there, so you got a valve selector in between log lifter and the actual splitter, the knife. So you've got that there, and really simple to use, really easy to use. So really great. When we come to the back here, and you can see they've added, I went with the option to have the drawbar there, so it's you have an ability to tow something behind this. So if you got your tractor or your four-wheeler, you got this on the hitch, you can put another ball on here and pull something else behind here. So nice little feature there. The next feature is I made it so it was highway ready, so I think it can go up to speeds of 90 kilometers an hour. But that's where it's got the proper tires and the proper rating for being on a highway. Again, consult your local jurisdiction, your local province, state, what have you, to make sure what you have to do to make sure you can tow it, you know, such as licensing and such like that. But again, it is ready to go on a highway. So I think that's a huge feature. Not that I'll use that much, but if you ever have to, then boom, you're able to. So. And the last thing is I went with the 4 additional inches of working height. Again, being 6'3", it's really nice to have the additional working height. So again, it just brings up that splitter a little bit more. So you're working at a more comfortable height, which again, for a 6'3" guy is really important. Here's seeing the tongue. You can see it's ready to be towed. It's got the proper chains so you can link on and everything. But again, really sturdy unit, really reliable unit, and I haven't got it stuck on anything. Maybe the way I split wood, not knowing all the ins and out of the proper way to split wood, I might come across the grain the wrong way and pinch wood instead of split it. But if I'm doing it properly, that knife is cutting through like butter. Just a great machine. I just absolutely love it. Bubba, come on. All right, guys, that's another one in the books. Thanks for watching. Sure appreciate, and we'll see you in the next one. Remember, get outside. Bye now.